Hey guys. Hello, my lovelies. I don't know if this is going to be a podcast episode, if this is going to be a YouTube video, if this is going to be part of the vlog. I do not know. We will see where we get to this, because I have tried to record the podcast episode maybe 4 times. And every single time I've had nothing to talk about. Until last night. Hello, and if this is... Hi guys, welcome back to the Mess Girl Hotline, where I crash out on the internet and I'm hot as fuck. I was staring at my ceiling last night and I was thinking to myself, oh my god, I should really go to bed. 3 a.m. hits. 3! What have I been looking up? Girl canon events, conspiracy theories, and my insane brain literally deep dived into every single one of those conspiracy theories. So this is what we're going to be doing today. And also, I need to get ready for an event. Midsummer Night's Dream, fairy tale core type vibe. Do I know what I'm wearing? No. Is it only 3 p.m? Yes. Do I have to be there at 7? Yes. So I have 3 hours to get ready. And I don't even know what I'm going to conjure up. I need long dresses. I need corsets. I need it to be like medieval. I have no fucking clue. Maybe I should brush my fucking teeth. Maybe, you stupid fucking hoe, should not drink a litre of coffee and then go to this event not brushing your teeth. Someone remind me. Cool. Anyway, so we're gonna get ready whilst I deep dive into my favourite conspiracy theories. Woo! Also, if you're wondering why we're here and not on my bed like usual, it's because I had a bit of an episode and I went, I can't be myself anymore. I don't like this version of myself. So then I ripped everything off my wall being like, this doesn't feel right to me. Except this morning I woke up, literally woke up, and then I saw a video from 2 years ago on my TikTok being like, this is my room, just finished it. And it was like my wall, my normal wall, because as you guys have been seeing, it's been a bit empty. And if you've been following for a while, you know, it was kind of full of like treasures and paintings and all these different things. It just wasn't me anymore. When I saw that video, I was like, this feels right to me. This is what it should be. But then also on the other hand, I'm like, I don't really want that on my wall. As much as it feels right, it's not right for me right now. But after crashing out for the last 2 weeks, about what I should be doing on that wall behind me, aka what I should just be doing with my room, I think I've decided. I randomly saw a video today of a girl that was like, I'm doing my French, or I'm doing this art residency in France at the minute. I would love to do that. And she was like in this medieval castle, and I love it. I love it. And the problem I had with my walls for a very long time was they're very grey, even though they're white, but no sun really comes into my room. And I took down my canopy and my flowers and all the paintings and everything. And I was staring at my walls and I was like, I know I need to repaint them. But if I do white, then it's going to be a really, really millennial, minimalistic white. And I was thinking maybe I should do like a cream or an eggshell, because naturally it is like a yellow undertone. So I've bought a bunch of things, and there will be like a room transformation type video. I don't know where, when, because we do this 24/7 with me, because I'm crazy. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyway, we need to get ready for this event. I still don't know what type of hair I'm going to do, what makeup I'm going to do. I don't even know my fucking outfit. But I do have an idea of kind of like Meg from Hercules type vibes, maybe with the hair. Half up, half down. Last time I was at one of these events, because they're so fucking cool. They are so cool. There's a fashion show and everything. I did very, not medieval, but kind of like Renaissance-y, very much like bun, or like this big Romeo and Juliet bun with a bunch of flowers hanging off it, like very Bridgerton vibes, cinched to the max. Like I was wearing a petticoat and then 3 other skirts on top of it. I'm going to insert a picture. Here you go. Loved it. Loved it! Looked amazing. Also, I've just been staring at my nose this entire time. Why does it look huge? It looks huge. I don't like it. Anyway, also, I'm sacrificing myself for you guys right now. I hope you know this. Because it is the hottest day. It is 27 fucking degrees. 27! and my windows are closed because stupid cars keep coming down my road. And I was like, you guys need the best audio. Best audio! So, I'm kind of dying of sweat right now. My titties are engorged. Engorged! Let's get to it. I'm on like my 4th day curly hair, so we're gonna see what we can do with this. I've also, if you told me when I was younger, like the thing is, right, this is gonna sound really shit because I've spoken about this before being like, I refuse to listen to men and their opinions because they're idiots. And I was thinking about this as soon as I woke up today. I was like, I love how we're like, let me get started on the video and let me start getting ready. No. Still talking, still waffling for fucking England. I used to be told that I could waffle for England. Look at me now. Look at me now, bitch. Anyway, what was I saying? I woke up this morning and I was thinking to myself, weak men. I don't remember what it is now, but it's something on the lines of, oh, but then he did this, and this is me embroidering, like, no hate, but like me embroidering stuff that men have said to my friends. And I just said to myself, if a man said that to me, that he immediately goes into the list or the box in my head of weak men. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as there's an insult, same with like women, but like, as soon as there is an insult, anything negative, anything that's a bit like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You are wasting my energy, you're wasting my time, you're wasting everything about me. Like, why? Why? He kind of goes into that list. Then I kind of filter out all the men around me, and I'm like, so there's only like 5 good ones that I can tolerate. All of yous don't exist to me. All of you in this box, in this list, are beneath me. I am better than you. I am so better than you in so many different aspects, and I'm a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit. So yeah, just remember, if a man says something to you, just think to yourself, why would you say that? That's so embarrassing. Like, that's really, really embarrassing. Why would you say that? Why would you take the time to, you know, I know big words are really, really hard for you, but like, you're trying? That's okay. Stop trying. Quit. Jump off a bridge. Anyway, let's get into the makeup routine. Makeup routine! Let's get into whatever this is, because I'm still going a bit crazy. Let's read what I wrote in my notes last night. Cool. Starting with moisturizer and primer. This is kind of like a bit of an ASMR type video, you know? Also, I was contemplating last night, do I tan or do I fake tan? But then I kind of want to let my skin breathe because I've just kind of attacked it with all my little fingers. Also, why is every other video I've been seeing on my For You page face mites? You're telling me I have little friends? I've never been alone. I've never been alone. I've never been alone. Do you know how many voices I have in my head? I've never been alone. My voice, my brain has never been quiet. Ever. And you're telling me I have more little friends? Yay! I don't really understand how some people get really freaked out by face mites. I think they're really cute. It's like, you can't feel them. There's literally bugs everywhere. Oh my god, I can feel my skin. Oh, that really hurt. That really hurt. Maybe I'm aging. I am aging. Anyway, this is what I wrote last night. What if... Are you dumb? Can't even read my own writing. My god, she's so stupid. What if we know what about history is fake? What if what we know about history is fake? It never happened. They're stories of ancient civilizations, and we only started recording history about 5,000 years ago. I spoke about this in another episode. And now with AI, we will never know what is real and what is fake. So what if most of our understanding about history is fake? I could deep dive into this so many times, but give me a minute. I just realized it is one of the hottest fucking days of the year, and I am going to cake 6 layers of makeup on my face. Why am I doing this to myself? I will sweat this off in the next hour. Oh my god. Is this a good idea? No. Okay, I think the only way that this is going to be somewhat connected? No. What's the word? Staggered? No. What's the what? Fucking, I need a student audience being like, guys, what's that word? What's, yeah, the one with the, No, Sarah, fuck off. The one with the, Yeah, still can't think of the fucking word, hold up. You know the word when everything's like linear and you go in chronological order? We're just gonna start because you guys need some context. So these are things that I saved off the internet because I am not fucking original. Not once in my life. Jack the Ripper wasn't one guy, it was a series of murderers planned out by politicians who had slept with prostitutes in order to hide the evidence. One of the victims even had their uterus ripped out, most likely to hide the fact that she was pregnant. But do you know what's also really cool? Men will be like, let's bring back the medieval ages when women were submissive. But did you know that whenever women did crimes, because why the fuck wouldn't you do crimes? Women are cunning, man. My nose is itchy. The women wouldn't get in trouble, it would be the men. Because they were responsible for these women. The husbands and the fathers were responsible for these women. So they would get hung and sent to prison and all these different things, and the women wouldn't. So that's really cool. We actually know who Jack the Ripper is, which is insane. It was this Polish guy. Kierowski? I have a pimple. I think one of my favourite primers in the entire world is the NYX school supplies glue, that one, and then the Benefit Pore Professional, because I have so much trauma on my skin. Like, there are craters, and they're not even pores, like, it is literal scars of my cystic acne, and it's shit. It's so shit. But, you know, whatever you can't do anything. It's okay though. I remember when I was a kid, I was never into Doctor Who, and the only reason I started watching Doctor Who was because I had a massive crush on the girl that's from Secret Life of a Call Girl. I don't know her name. With actor Billie Piper. Biggest fucking crush. Biggest crush. Is my face ever gonna match my neck? No, it's not. And do you know why? Because I can't be fucking bothered. I will look 6 different shades at all times. Okay, next on my list is the ultra rich hide behind their wealth, and most of them are wealthier than Elon Musk. They choose to hide it, and they fund all the world news and media and into everything being divided, left, right, race wars, blaming certain groups, whatever the fuck. Keeping attention away from them and the other rich folk, they keep their system in place, and that's why when a truly independent nation isn't detected by them, they quickly cause a response. And that's why some revolutions are brutally suppressed and why nations are invaded after certain coups and not others. They refuse to let anyone out their grasp. I have this theory, and it's gonna sound really, really strange because duh. But you know how they talk about like the Illuminati and like the rich of the rich and Diddy and all these different things? I spent a lot of my time as a child deep diving on the internet about psychology and rapists and all these different things and the stories. And when I was a kid, or when I was like a young teen, I really wanted to be not a police officer, but work with, what's the word? Like, I really wanted to be a sexologist or even a sex therapist and work with crime investigators and policemen and all these different things. I found it so interesting because actually, fun fact, if you didn't know, every single crime is a neurological sexual crime. Arson is a sexual, like, it can be linked to a kink, child predatory grape, or just every single crime, even like murders. It all is it's the same neurons in your brain as, like, I can't talk and do my makeup at the same time. I used to be able to do this so well, and now my brain isn't working. It's the exact same neurons, basically, that work in your brain, and this is why you get sexual pleasure from it, or even a sensation from it that is considered to be pleasure. And this is why most people that kill, or most people that are in the wrong, murderers, connect arson and stuff, deep down, it's the same neurons telling you to do it. In these spaces, in these sexual spaces, in men, your disgust levels are so low and your disgust receptors are so low that you can watch or do certain things and you'll be like, why did I do that after? And this is where this term of post-nut clarity comes from, because you're like, why did I do that? I wasn't into that. Why did I do that? I'm disgusted with myself. Why did I watch that? All these different things. And you're thinking to yourself, my God. But now think about it to the extreme when it comes to psychological problems or trauma, or just even people that aren't like right in the head. That's maybe not the right thing to say, but you get what I'm trying to say. It's more extreme. So if a normal person can watch a video and being like, why did I watch that? Horror films and everything. Why did I watch that? I'm not into that type of corn. Like, I'm not into that type of shit. Why did I watch that? It's because your disgust levels are really low, and you most likely climaxed to something that you actually don't fantasize about or even are into. But the same with murderers and stuff. They most likely maliciously planned the entire attack and burning of a building, or even like terrorism and stuff, they, it has to be planned. But also the entire act of it, actually doing it step by step, even if you've rehearsed it 1,000 times, certain neurons in your brain still light up the exact same way that you would light up if you were watching something that you most likely would not be fantasizing about. So, where is this going, Abijah? Hold up! I'm gonna say something really, really crazy. I'm gonna say something brazy! No, officer, I promise! I don't like children! I don't. If I was fucking rich, filthy fucking rich, money would not matter to me. I could do anything, and I can do anything. With myself right now, I'm already bored with myself being 20. You know what I mean? I get these moments where it's I can't travel right now because I have responsibilities, but I'm also working. I'm also happy in the place I am. I could, move to a different country and start all over again, all these different things. But if you are filthy fucking rich, you can do everything and anything, right? Everything and anything. You can travel whenever you want. You can see people whenever you want. So what is stopping you from not being entertained? And that's why most of these ultra rich, they do stuff with children or weird things, or they're part of the Illuminati and they do drugs. Even if I was filthy rich, I would be bored of drugs. I would be bored of the inhumane. I would be bored of all these different things. I would be bored of my everyday life. I would probably, jump off a bridge. So what are the ultra rich actually doing day to day? Because money does not matter to them. They can do anything in the entire world. They basically are immortal. The ultra-rich are immortal, basically, if you get what I'm trying to say. So, what do you do with your time? Your businesses are thriving. Your kids are probably grown up. You are sick of golf. You get bored after the most boring conversations about politics and stuff. And then when it comes to control, unless you're actually controlling a nation, even then, I don't see the ultra-rich actually wanting to, it sounds really stupid, but even if I was ultra rich, right, and then, or say I was a kid with a terrarium with ants, and I'm I can control everything, blah blah blah, it could just be my attention span, but even then, after an hour I would be bored. They would all be dead and I would be bored. I would be ripping off their little legs and they would be dead, and then it's what do I do now? So I truly believe the ultra rich, even though, they are probably islands and stuff doing things that they should not be doing, I could not fathom a world where they are not bored out their minds. So there has to be something else. There has to be something else, because torture is boring, grape is boring, control is boring at that point. You can do anything with your life. And even then, even predators, predators and murderers and all these different people, after they've done the thing that they wanted to do, after they've done the act, even if they are locked up for life, most of them, statistically, 6.2% of predators and different people that are locked up for life after doing something that, they actually enjoyed doing and they were yes, I'm proud of myself. They are at peace. They could leave that, it sounds really stupid. They could leave that prison and then just carry on living their lives because they already did the thing that they wanted to do. So, I really wouldn't know, but how billionaires live their life or trillionaires live their life. But unless they have, most of them probably have really deep, systematic and premature issues, but you get what I'm trying to say about this point. It's really strange to me, and I wish someone deep dived into it, or at least there was someone to tell me what the ultra-rich do, because entertaining your friends, you don't care. But then also, I believe that everyone that is in that sphere and realm of the world, they are very pathetic. They are pathetic little people, and they don't enjoy anything about life. They are heavily depressed, and they are boring sods. Oh, but I want the Rolex, Daddy. I want the Rolex, not the Swiss watch. Start as many companies as you want, watch your kids grow up, live your life, buy 6 fucking yachts, sail the world, deep dive into the deepest parts of the sea. If I was mega rich, if I was pinky ring on pinky ring on pinky ring type rich, if it was me, I would be funding so many charities. I would be funding so much research, because it's if I have one life and I only have one life to live and I have all this money and I don't know what to do, Jeff Bezos, is it Jeff Bezos right now? No. Bill Gates. I think he donated most of his money to research because he was just I'm 60 and I don't know what to do with it and I'm kind of bored, so I might as well. He gets it. Bill gets it. If you guys are on the same level as me and Bill, you just don't get it. You just don't get it, and I'm sorry for you. You're visually challenged, because how the fuck can you not see that I'm so sexy? My hairline is not blended. I just realized that. Fuck. I'm going insane. I'm going insane! But, you know, like, I would be funding so much research. I want to know what's at the bottom of the trenches. I want to know why certain things happened. I want to know what happened with what dictators and why would they do this and what's actually happening in the world and science and animals. And I would buy an island that protected whales. Like, you get what I'm trying to say. If I was mega fucking rich and I could do anything, I don't think I would be out there. Is that the right term? I apologize. I don't think I would be out there with Stephen Hawking making little people do maths equations. That's an actual thing. Epstein's Island. Anyway, next one, because this is really interesting. Oh, we're on to religion. I love religion. I love deep diving about religion. Oh my god. Okay, this is... No one edit that. No one fucking edit that. Okay, what's next? What is next on my routine? I can't remember. I actually can't remember what's next on my routine. Wait, I just did primer, cream, primer, powder, foundation, base. I've just done my complete base and I've just done my eyebrows. Okay, this one I read and I was like, I need to write this down because it is... Oh my god. Okay, right. Okay, these go in hand. This one is by ican'tgrowamustache.com. We did in fact walk aside dinosaurs. Our ancestors knew them as dragons, and almost every ancient culture had dragons, from Asia to Europe to Africa to North Africa to South Africa to Australia. All of them, basically. You could have just said that, bro. My people, the Aztecs, would worship a father serpent as god. Perhaps the dragons did not have fire breath and can cause powerful storms. That could be a fanciful description due to their enormous size and strength. Even the Bible has dragons in it. Yeah, dragons and all the monsters of the deep. I'm saying... My dyslexia just went... Because dragons are found in every single culture in artwork and depiction of writing around the world. Perhaps the recollection of what people did actually see. Okay, that's another point by the same guy. So we're going to go into dragons first and then Christ. Because religion... was watching a video last night and it was saying that dragons are four-legged creatures with tails and wings, and then there's dykes, which are 2 legs and wings and a tail. Then there's snakes or drakers, which are just snakes with wings. And then there was one more. Rakis? I think Rakis, or Riks or Rakis. And then they are just serpents with dragons' heads and they can breathe fire, but they are like floating in the air. They're not. And you know what's really, really cool? There's this folk story in, I think, Asian culture or South Asian culture about a serpent that would come, or it could be the Rik. I'm going to call it the dyke. We're going to call it a diki. No, it is dyke. Wait, let me just chisel out my cheeks. She is sexy. Do I look like I own The Walking Dead? Wait, that's not the white people. No, that's not Game of Thrones. What am I trying to say? Anyway, deep diving into it, and in South Asian culture, I could be completely wrong. Do not fact check me. Do not. You are not allowed. Fuck off. There's this story about a dyke, a serpent with wings, that would come and eat pregnant women, or at least eat their fetuses, if you did not protect your households. It could be Himalayan culture. It could be South Asian. I truly do not remember, because I deep dived into this when I was like really young. But it is an actual folklore, and you guys should really look into it. And that's why most houses in, we'll say, South Asia have spikes on their fences, and you need to offer a peace offering to this guardian to protect your house every single night if your wife is pregnant or a sister's pregnant or something like that, because they will come and feast on your baby. Fun times. Anyway, let's go back to Christianity, because I found this really, really interesting. Jesus didn't die and resurrected. After so many blows and wounds, he must have suffered internal bleeding that prevented him from breathing. He must have become unconscious and then comatose when the Roman soldier stabbed him in the side. The accumulated blood was released and he was able to breathe again shortly afterwards, ironically saving his life. However, due to the severity of his wounds, he remained in a coma and later was buried and regained consciousness 3 days later, giving him the appearance of resurrection. This is what I wanted to talk about, right? And this is what I wanted to talk about in the beginning. This is what my random note was. What if what we know about history is fake? Right? I'm not saying I'm trying to bully anyone's religion and stuff, but religion's not really my thing, but I believe in energy and spirituality and all these different type of things and beings and stuff because it is really interesting to me. I respect your cultures and shit. Anyway, now that I've been a bitch on the internet, what if what we know about history is completely fake? We only started recalling or recording history. Recording history 5,000 years ago. We could be in the 1700s right now because of a 300-year difference with the Gregorian calendar. You get what I'm trying to say, right? You're on my point. We're rolling. We get the point. We get the gist. Cool. So what if? No hate to Jesus, okay? Because number one, fuck yours for saying he's white man. Jesus is not white man. He's immigrant. He was slave. He helped the slaves. The fuck? Jesus was immigrant. He was migrant. He was born in different culture, in different city, in different country. Illegally. And he partied with sinners. And this is why he died. I've spoken about this so many times. Okay? He partied with sinners, prostitutes, all this shit. Okay? And you're like, he died for our sins. No, that is what he means. That is what the Bible fucking means. He died for our sins. Yes. For you to be better. The Lord is not saying go and rape people and murder people and kill people and sell babies on internet. Okay? No. He's not saying die or sin as much as you want because you will die and still go to heaven. Nuh-uh. 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 No. You're not. Nuh-uh. Jesus was person of sin, right? To experience life, he had to experience sin. He had to experience all emotions, everything going on. He had to be a person of the people. Then, therefore, he died. This is what the story is. He died. He literally died. And then resurrected as a new person. Because he literally said, I am repenting for my sins. I am going to be a brand new person. I am going to heal. I am going to learn. I am going to help. But before that, the little bitch that he was everything you despise. He was everything Christianity despises. He did not follow any rules. He was an arse. He tried to kill his mother. It is literally in the First Testament. He tried to kill his mother. Guys! So I find that really cool, if you didn't know. This is what they actually mean by he's repenting for his sins. He died for your sins. Yes. For you to be a brand new person. Change is okay. You can change. All these things. Anyway. The Bible's fucking cool in the first place because, guys, so much tea, so much drama. So much drama! And also, that shit has been reworded and rewritten in so many different languages that we have probably rephrased shit so many times. Also, we know how I feel about most religions and how we've gentrified most religions and how people kind of pick and choose what they want and what they don't want, and I think that's really shit, because it's like, the whites are the white that are like calling out people being like, they're not part of us, blah 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 blah, fuck them, fuck this, fuck that, and then it's the most racist and homophobic people out there being like, Christianity, Mormonism. Every religion follows God, at least some version of God. Islam follows God. It's literally most likely, not even most likely, it roughly is the exact same translation of what you should do and what you shouldn't do. And it's the exact same creator, a different version of the story. You get what I'm trying to say? Cool? We're on the same page? Yeah. But then why is the world mostly following Christianity, Catholicism, Orthodox, Judaism, everything? We are following all the same Lord in some way, or the same universe, energy, whatever. The MAGA lovers, the red hats, the rednecks and the red hats, you are the most racist people in the world. You hate the blacks, you hate the Chinese, you hate the Asians, you hate mostly the majority of people that follow your religion, that protect your religion, that worship your religion for years, for absolute years. It is genuinely the biggest thing in the entire world, the biggest community of the world follow your religion, and then you're the most racist. And this is why I truly believe that history cannot be real. This is a simulation. It cannot be real. Because how does that make sense? How does that make sense? Anyway, I've just gone on a fucking tangent. But if you remember from a couple episodes ago, I was talking about how, I might have said it or I might have just not uploaded it, that without B, you would not have C. So A plus B equals C, which is what we know now, right? How do I word this? Because every single time I've spoken about it to someone, they just, I spoke about this in an episode. It was mono civilization. Wait, what is that word? Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm so smart! Hold up. I have it here somewhere. Fuck. Yes! My god! Okay. There is a literal term for this. I've spoken about this before. Monopaganism. Monospirituality. Monopaganism is not only one god, but referred to a unified mythic consciousness of Norse goddesses, Aztecs, Baltic fire spirits, and everything like that. And monopaganism is a fabricated but poetic term implying that unified pre-religious spirituality. So! Yes! So, girl, why don't you just calm down and do your blush? Because if you rage, you will have natural blush. We don't want to be sweating this off, okay? We still have to sit in it for 4 fucking hours. So, A being whatever the world was before Christ, whatever the fuck. You know, these colonies, these tribes and everything like that. We have that. We know about it, cool. So, that is A. Then B being anything after Christ, or not just religion in general, but then science. We have science now, we have technology, anything that is after the Industrial Revolution, or at least the creation of technology. Cool. That is B. Once religion and fear, and we started ruling through money and hierarchy and all these different things, we kind of moved past a lot of stuff. And, you know, colonization and invasion and fear ruled for a very long time. And think about how many times through history we have said that, or things have happened such as, you're Catholic now, well now you're going to be Protestant. No, now you're Protestant, now, you know, you're going to be Jewish, whatever. And it's like, it's a constant change because hierarchy was a thing. Whoever was in charge, people followed because they had no money, they had fear, and they had no reason to not follow you because they were stupid. Like, we were literally illiterate. This is why most pubs in the UK are like the Dog and Dragon, the Slayer and Dragon, the Queen's Head, because we were illiterate and we could only identify things through pictures. Cool! So, what is my point? I have a theory that, and you guys should look back at the other episodes, I have a theory that if you remove like fear and religion, all these things, and if we kept living our lives in these colonies and in these tribes, worshipping whatever we're worshipping, where would we be as a civilization now? And you guys should look back at that episode. I think it was just called Goddesses or Women Should Be in Charge. Something like that. It was something on the lines of that. But anyway, yeah, that was basically my point. And my theory is that if we kind of just let people be the way that we are, would we be more advanced as a civilization globally than what we were back then? Like, if we did not have war and colonization and all these different things, would we appreciate each other's cultures more, or would we kind of like keep to ourselves? Because even like primarily through animals and stuff and groups of animals, of course there's like hunters and gatherers and survivors and prey and all these different things, but initially animals will keep to themselves. They will keep to their colonies. They will hunt and kill others, adapt to their surroundings. They don't really move around. Like, you don't see wolves going from the rainforest. What the fuck is wrong with me? You get what I'm trying to say? Like, they're not going to migrate from the rainforest to Mount Snowtham in Scotland. Anyway, I've moved past my point. What was something else I wanted to talk about? Oh my god. Right. So this is the thing I wanted to talk about, because this was something else I wrote down. And it's to do with, like, relationships and stuff. And this is what the other videos that I wanted to talk about, or the things that I kind of not pre-recorded, but the other videos I tried to record and I was like, this is not good enough. Because I said to myself, I will not post a video unless it's good enough. Because I refuse to post or shitpost. I'm taking this shit seriously. And it was about relationships and gaslighting and all these different things. And I remember saying to myself, people that neglect their own responsibilities, their own feelings, their own emotions, and don't cope or deal with them, or they just cope with them and they don't deal with them, they will neglect yours. They will project and they will neglect yours. So do not let someone dictate how you're supposed to feel. The person that is telling you, oh, it's not a big deal, why are you crying, why are you feeling like that, stop being a pussy, they will neglect yours. And another note I had after that, it was about gaslighting, because I saw a video being like, thank you so much, thank you for my boyfriend putting up with my craziness. No, you're just toxic. You're not crazy. People that are crazy, like, I mean mentally ill, that actually want to do better for themselves and actually want to take care of themselves and stuff, they shouldn't be ashamed. I'm not saying that they should be ashamed, I'm just saying that they are ashamed. People that want to do better, people that are mentally ill, that do hurt themselves or even hurt other people, they don't want to be hurting those other people. Like, they're not psychopaths. they have those emotions and they're bottled up, and this is why they feel like this, and this is why it's a trauma response. They don't want to be sick in the head. It is so draining to be sick in the head constantly. It is. So those people that are like actually crazy, they don't want their partners to be dealing with that, and they have more resentment and guilt towards themselves, because why would you inflict that onto someone else? You know exactly how it feels to be in that situation, so why would you want someone else feeling like that, especially the person that you love the most? But the people that are like, thank you so much, babe, thank you for our 6-month anniversary, thank you so much for dealing with my craziness. No, you're just toxic. You create toxic environments and you create toxicity, or at least you sit within toxicity because you can't cope with yourself, because not because you are boring, but because you are unhealed, and also you have nothing else interesting about you. And it's something else someone said in the comments. Reactive abuse is a thing. People do intentionally and unintentionally create toxicity in their life, and it usually starts with their closest relationships. You sound so immature because you don't have enough awareness about things like this. It's true. You will create, or at least you will sit within that trauma response, and I've spoken about this so many times. It's a roller coaster effect. People that constantly fight and argue and, you know, create this environment of chaos is because they don't know anything different, and that's not okay. Like, that literally is not okay. Do I look sun-kissed? But I think it is actually so fucking embarrassing. Like, I genuinely think it is so embarrassing to be with a partner that creates this chaos. Because why would you want that for the rest of your life? Like, when it actually comes to it, they're young, you know, you're young, they're young. Until it comes to them being a partner, like, I mean a proper partner, them being a partner, or even like a wife, a husband, a mother, a father, a grandparent, someone that is going to help you grieve or at least deal with the passing of a family member and stuff like that. When it comes to those situations and stuff, do you really want that person belling your phone constantly, being like, oh, you should be paying attention to me? You should be paying attention to me. I don't care that, you know, your grandfather just died. You should be paying attention to me. No, you don't. So what? Oh, I don't understand how immature people are. I don't know why people are so immature. I don't know why they are assholes. I don't know why they're idiots. Like, you're actually like an idiot. You are actively an idiot. Go touch some grass. Go heal yourself. Go touch some grass. Go fucking heal yourself. Go read a book. Go to therapy. It's not that fucking hard. It's not that hard. Hey, listen, life hack. If you can't afford fucking therapy, because I know no one can, go talk to a friend. And I mean an actual friend. And then don't be mad when your actual friend, your real life friend, your ride or die is telling you the fucking truth. They're not calling you delusional at that point. They're telling you to break up with your boyfriend. They're telling you to get out of that household. They're telling you that this person that you're texting or writing to in prison is not good for you. Duh! But you have to have ChatGPT tell you that. Like, it is not that hard. You can break up with your boyfriend. Hey, girls, let me remind you, you can break up with your boyfriend over the littlest things. It is allowed. You don't have to stick with a idiot for the rest of your life. Like, you actually don't. If he's being an arse, he's being an arse. You don't have to stay with that man. Fuck me, I look so sun-kissed. So sun-kissed. Does my neck match my face? Guys, tell me. I actually can't see. I can see now. I can't see. Like, I'm gonna give myself whiplash. Anyway, love. I don't know what else to talk about. Updates. Okay, so was reading The Artist Way, or listening to The Artist Way, and then I was also reading The Alphabet Diaries by Sheila Heti. Love. I got at least a couple pages in. I got, I think, 20 or 30 pages in, and then I put it down because I had to go on multiple trips. Oh my god, she's so privileged. Yeah, put it down, so I need to finish that. Anything else happening in my life right now? I mean, yeah, I'm having an event to go to tonight. I think for a very long time I've been very drained and I forgot to take care of myself, and I was like forcing myself to go out constantly. And I don't mean like go out. Like, I haven't actually drank or gone out partying or whatever in a very long time. And I will be going to a fashion show tonight. And then I have my friend's birthday tomorrow, which is really fun. But even then, it's like, am I actually going to get on the floor wasted and drunk? No, because I'm not into that. Like, I'm sorry, I'm crazy as fuck. Like, I will give you a kidney. I will hop on a plane to the next country over. That's fine. But I don't really feel like getting really blackout drunk. I would like to remember the tipsiness and the fun and the giggles and all these different things. And also, I will say this now. ODing on any type of substance, even alcohol, that's an addiction. Like, that is not okay. You've OD'd, you've blacked out. That's not a good thing. Like, that's actually embarrassing. Like, I will say this, and I will say this with my full heart. That is actually really fucking embarrassing. You are an idiot. If you are preparing yourself to OD and blackout get drunk. It's not funny. That is like rehab level type shit. If you are blacking out every single night, that is rehab type shit. If you are not eating the entire day just to get more drunk, that is rehab or not. Like, that is a bit concerning. Like, you guys should eat something. Like, listen, go out, go have fun, go party, go do whatever you want to do. Get on those tables, get your tits out, do all these different things. Because I've been like, I'm going to be your big sister, but I swear to God, please eat something. Hydrate yourself, eat something. You know what? I said to myself, I would never be a Stanley bitch. Because this isn't a Stanley. I said to myself, I would never be a Stanley bitch. I would never be a bitch with like a massive fucking water bottle. I'm usually a mason jar type of girl. But I bought that for my boyfriend because I have a massive pink pussy cup Diamante tumbler at his. And then I realize every time he's at mine, I have my cup, my jug of water, but he uses a mason jar and then it spills on my bed and I'm like, no. So I bought him that and it's green. But then I've been using it and now I'm starting to realize maybe the girlies were onto something. Maybe we should all be like whacking people around with tumblers. And also, it is like a defense mechanism. Like you really could like tangle Rapunzel that shit out of a guy. You know what I mean? This would do some damage. Like we should carry these around more often and we should like hit people with them. Someone assaults you, hit them. This is my mantra. Do you guys think I could run for president? No, you couldn't because you weren't born in America. Okay, do you think I would be a good cult leader? I was thinking about this actually. I was like, what is so wrong with a cult? Let's Google this. What is the definition of a cult? Because I feel like every single time I hear about a cult or I watch a documentary about a cult, it's always in a negative connotation. But can a cult be good? Oh, it's monospiritual. Context. Sorry, I got that wrong. I was reading that wrong. I was reading something else. Okay, a cult, did you know that you only need 7 people to be in a cult? Well, if 7 of my followers actually joined me on my beliefs, then we could be a cult, you know? Cigarette smoking, thought daughter cult. This would be so fun. At its core, a cult is a group of people within an intense devotion to one person, idea, or belief system. So, Scientology. Where's Scientology? We should go into that. I have gone into that. What am I doing? I'm just repeating my special interests. Okay. An unusual or fringe of practices compared to mainstream society, often centered around a charismatic leader, a narcissist, maybe not, sometimes secretive or controlling. So why is it always... Is the word cult, can it only be in negative connotations? The anthropologists and sociologists use the term cult more neutrally to mean a small or new religious movement that differs from a dominant culture or religion. Okay. But in modern conservation, a cult is usually a negative... Cult versus religion versus spiritual movement. A religion, an organized, mainstream, and structured... So, Christianity or Islam, a spiritual movement is loosely organized, philosophical, often peaceful, New Age, astrology groups, and a cult is intense, often controlling, closed off, emotionally manipulative, Heaven's Gate, NXIVM, and Jonestown. Red flags of a harmful cult, isolation, absolute leader in define, fear and shame, versus you versus them, and then total commitment. But not all cults are dangerous. Sometimes people use cults peacefully and artistically. Cult classic films. There we go. That's why I thought it can be peaceful. Cult classic films, beloved to a niche group, or cult following, devoted fans. Some modern spiritual collectives may look at cults from the outside as tight-knit communities. That's pretty cool. So cults can be. The thing is, I really want to dive into whatever the fuck Heaven's Gate and Jonestown is. But is that a bit much? Guys, is that a bit much for this episode? Why was I on the topic of cults? Why was I on the topic of cults? Water bottle, hitmen. I don't actually get. What's my point? Ain't no stopping me now. I feel the groove. Do you guys think I could be a curve model one day? I feel like I could. Put me in a push-up bra and in like a thong. I have no ass, so no one look at my butt. But like, she's got the hips, you know. Shakira, don't lie. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna jump off a cliff. Guys, this is the ASMR. I'm gonna actually jump off a cliff right now because you don't understand how powerful I am to myself. Like, I'm so sexy and beautiful and I think we should believe more women in life. I think we should support women and single fathers, and we should actually, praise everyone, and we should live in a peaceful community with each other. Do you think if the world ended and then, not zombies, but like the world ended and we kind of restarted civilization again, do you think it would be like Divergent? Do you think I could find my own like Theo James? I have my own Theo James. Okay, like, would you guys think, my god, I need to rewatch Fault in Our Stars. You know what? Here's a guilty pleasure of mine. Fault in Our Stars. I will say it. I will fucking say it. Every single time I watch that film, I cry my eyes out. Like The Notebook. But The Notebook is a bit more realistic to me. Whereas Fault in Our Stars, it is real. But the thing, am I a bitch? Like, am I actually a bitch? Because I love films where they don't end up together. I love films where there's no one specific ending, where they don't, like romance films that they don't end up together, or one of them dies and they keep living on their life and all these different things. Like, what's that book that just came out? So Fault in Our Stars is one. The Notebook, not really, no. What is that film? It just came out. Hold up. They were in Poland. They were looking at the Holocaust. My brain is malfunctioning. The camps, and it was like Benji and stuff, and a real pain. You know what? I saw it in December, maybe in January, at the Vintage Cinema in London, and I absolutely loved it. And I loved it because I love films where there isn't one specific ending, and I think that's a beautiful thing, and I love that. Is there an actual name for it? Is there a name for those types of films where it's I think it's a slice of life. Films where it's just a moment. And this is a page on Letterboxd. Painful, fleeting love, real life slices. Yeah, so a slice of life. That is basically what it is. Like Lady Bird. This is what I mean. Lady Bird, Lost in Translation, After Sun, Call Me By Your Name, La La Land, Before Sunrise, Dreamers, A Ghost Story, Paris, Texas, Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. This is what I mean. I don't know. I just love those types of films. I think it's nice seeing that life, or at least in these films at least, like life can be so beautiful in so many different aspects, but life keeps going and that's all life is. You just have to keep... I think a lot of these films remind you that life is so passionate, and if you're feeling a specific type of way, you're only going to feel it for a slight moment because life will keep carrying on, and it is a bitch. Life is a bitch. You have to keep having those moments, and you need to forcing yourself to have these moments, because if you don't have these moments, then life is meaningless. I love slice. A demon just came out my body. A demon just came out my kapussy. Feel blessed. Anyway, I'm gonna finish my makeup off later on. I am gonna go film a bunch of get readies with me on TikTok and stuff. I don't know if this is going to be a YouTube video, if this is going to be a podcast episode. I think it might be a podcast episode, or it might be both. And I might upload it both ways as a get ready with me / episode. Because, like, why the fuck not? I've really enjoyed this, and I've really enjoyed talking to you guys. So, love yous. I'll see you next week, I guess. Fuck off now.